has no one said, well, what about the asbestos workers when we got out of asbestos? Because it was the right thing to do. We've got to make the shift, but we've got to do it in a way that means these coal workers don't lose their incomes and guaranteed and good jobs to move into, and the gas workers the same. To do that, we're going to need to start investing and planning now, because we've seen industry transition done very poorly in this country before, where big corporations just pull out overnight and they leave the workers and the communities hanging. We can't let that happen to coal and gas workers, because what we know is that when those industries pull out and we go through those transitions, like we saw with steel, like we saw with the car industry, a third of those workers never find a job again. Right? A third move on, but a third never find a job again. And that is an enormous cost to communities, to families, let alone the economic cost of having to pay for everyone who's fallen through the cracks. So what we've been up here, Penny and I, talking about today is a couple of elements of our plan. And I'll finish on this, and then hopefully we can have a bit more of a time to have a chat. We're pushing for two key things. One is a job-for-job guarantee for everyone who's working in the coal sector, so that as we pull out coal, new employers are encouraged by the government to take them on, and what you will get is some help from the federal government if you employ someone who used to work in the coal sector, provided that you keep them at the same wage, right? And what that will do is grow new industries in the places where the coal workers are at the moment. And it'll mean the coal workers don't have to lose any income because they'll move over. And in many instances, they'll be moving over into industries where their skills that they're trained for will be of just as much use. And one of the things we've been saying over the last little while that we've been here, and I've been saying since I became leader, is that the best for a lot of the minerals that go into batteries, for example, which are going to just take off as we build more and more batteries. So we need a plan to ensure that happens, and that's part of what our job-for-job guarantee is about.